Okay, I didn't realize my mic was muted. Okay, so hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. I'm your host, Queen Amadai-Shakur, and this is your spiritual vitamins. Okay, so as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Thank you in advance. Hold on just a second. All right, so hello, Claudette, Terry, Nessa G. Okay, Desmond is in the house. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Khalid is here. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. All right, don't forget that today is Trivia Friday. Today we're going to be talking about haters, fake friends, people who smile in your face but secretly wish for your demise. That's what we're going to be talking about. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. All right. Okay, so first things first. Signs of a jealous or fake friend. Let's get into it. Alexa, play the OJ, says Desmond. I know, right? Okay, so let's get into it. So, First of all, let's talk about the first signs. Now, we as people are social beings by nature, all right? Most of us. With that all being said, we crave companionship and love, and we're fueled by having supportive people in our lives. Having good relationships and love is so detrimental that it is the third need on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Pay attention. All right. And so, but what happens? What happens when those people are plagued by the green-eyed monster? When people are envious, and you know uh who's the people that are most prone to being envious, in my opinion, are women. I know that some men are haters, but I think women hate far more than men ever could. That's just my assessment, but let me continue. And so jealousy and envy tend to be common in many relationships, especially if the people in them are not necessarily on the same page. For example, if you're a successful business owner with great wealth and you have a friend working in retail, then there may be some jealousy present in the relationship. People tend to get jealous when they feel inferior to another person. So they just retaliate with negative behaviors and feelings. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that pretty much all of us have gone through something like that. So let's talk about some of the things they do. Let's talk about the first thing is, well, they talk about you behind your back. All right, a sure sign of a hater. They talk behind your back. Now, this should be a no-brainer, but some people are better at faking it than others. If this person is ridiculously smiling when they're in your presence, then that should be a sign right there. What are you smiling so hard for? I always have questions when somebody's just cheesing a little too hard. How about you all? Hey, OG Patrice, somebody's just cheesing so extra hard, all right? Now, nobody is that nice, and real friends are honest, sometimes to the point where it comes off as being too blunt. Okay, in addition, if this person talks about other people to you, then what do you think they're doing when you're not around or they're not around you? Just let that friendship go, okay, in some cases. Now, I agree with that somewhat. First off, some people will talk about people to you. I mean, that's what friends do. Friends talk about people to each other. But if you see people that are supposed to be so tight with somebody and then they're always talking trash about that same person, yeah, I watch out for those types. That's what I do. All right. Remember that kid in grade school who always made a comment after everything the teacher said? Annoying, right? Remember anybody like that from school? Now, if your friend does this to you, then they may be jealous of you. If they always have a comment about what you do, what you wear, how you look, or any of your successes, then they have been plagued. And so this person says, I had a friend once who just could not let me live. She constantly criticized me to the point that I no longer wanted to be around her. I would rather be alone all day than to spend time with her. It was just that bad. As soon as she saw me, she would say, wow, you have another new outfit? Or if I did my makeup, she would say, do you always have to wear makeup? Okay, so first of all, that's always something interesting to me. Courtney says, how do I join the channel? Moderators, could you please drop the link for the memberships in the chat, please, for Courtney J. Thank you, beloved. Now, with that all being said, some people absolutely will always have comments. They'll always have something to say. They'll say negative things when you have something good to talk about. Okay? They'll always have something pessimistic to say. Okay, so sorry, I was talking to someone in the background, beloveds. Okay, so like you tell them you got a promotion at your job or something, for example, and then they say something pessimistic like, well, I hope you keep it. Are they going to give you a raise? I'm surprised you got it. Or, little things like that. Somebody who's not happy for your successes and they really want to see you doing bad because they are jealous. And some people just can't help themselves. Okay, the next thing is they're never happy for you. The best test for a friendship is to see if they are truly happy for you. Sometimes it can be hard to tell if someone's truly happy for you or not, because some people are skilled at hiding behind their mask. And if you tell a friend about your new promotion on the job, and if they respond with a dry, oh, well, how did you get that opportunity? Well, or they say, oh, that's nice. Or let's say that your friend is desperately single and you start dating this new cutie, and then all of a sudden they're like, are you serious? Like, he's not even that cute. Clearly hating, okay? Please pay attention. I mean, this is all common sense. We all know this, right? We all know this. And another thing about these types of people is like the energy vampire, they drain your energy. You see, a real friend who is supportive uplifts you, and that puts energy into your life. They motivate, encourage, and inspire you. But people who really are just fake friends, they really don't want to see you doing well. They don't try to encourage you. They rather discourage you, and they love to hear bad news. They always have time to listen when you're giving them bad news. Things are going bad, your bills are late, you're not getting paid enough at your job, or you're on the brink of getting fired. They have time to listen to all of that. But when you start talking about getting promotions and making more money, buying a new house, getting a new car, got a new person in your life, well, they don't want to hear any of it, okay? And they will make sure to let you know it. All right, please pay attention. These are fake friends. And so you know what you feel in your gut, and you know if your feelings are right or wrong. Also, if you have to vent to other friends about this particular individual every time you encounter them, then you really need to make changes, okay? Relationships and friendships should involve even give and take, okay? That should be even, not lopsided. If you're doing all of the giving and they're just taking from you, then there's a huge problem. People who are energy drainers are always negative, very pessimistic, never talking positively, and everything's just, downtrodden for them. They never have anything good to say about anything, and they have a problem with everything. They always constantly complain and whine, okay, and see the worst in everything. And so these are people you should start distancing yourselves from. And they're all fine and dandy until you show up. This is another thing about haters. Now, this sign can be obvious at times, but also difficult. Let's say that you and your friend, a group of you have made plans to have dinner. You're the last one to arrive, and you see your group at the table, anxiously awaiting for you to come. Now, besides that one jealous friend, everybody's excited. The jealous friend is smiling, laughing, and enjoying themselves until you show up. Their face turns into a frown. As the dinner proceeds, that friend is being negative, bashing you and trying to humiliate you, saying little slick snide comments. Now, this is a clear sign of a whole hater. Okay, your friends should be happy to see you, not upset out of jealousy. And also, watch the people who suddenly get a bad mood when you come around or pretend to be sick or irritated. Yeah, though they are sick and irritated from their immense jealousy of you, okay? It's toxic to them and they're toxic to you. And so keep in mind that when a person does this, they do not want to have any intention or any attention. So they do not want you to have any attention, shall I say. So they want it to just be all about them. These people are not healthy for you, and never be around those who crave to be the center of attention. It's not worth it. And speaking of that, let me tell you all something. I saw a video. Tanya said, that's why I have very little friends. I do too, beloved. And my friends, I've had them for decades. Okay. I've had them for decades. Now, with that all being said, I saw a video one day on Instagram where it was 4 or 5 young ladies. They were all nice looking. But one of them, when she sat down to take the picture, the other girl ripped off her eyelashes and started laughing. And the girl quickly put her hand over her face to cover that she snatched her eyelashes off. And she acted like she was joking when she did it, and she was laughing like it was so hilarious. But that was a hater. I said, I hope that her so-called friend realizes that she was hating on her. Because if they're about to take a picture and everybody's got their makeup done and looking cute, got their nice little outfits, why would you snatch her eyelashes off? Like, what's funny about that? And then she died laughing. That just really ticked me off right there when I even saw it. That really got under my skin. I said, no, she didn't. She would have got backhanded if that had been me. But I digress. Now, the 6th thing is they copy you. How many of you have ever had someone who just copies and tries to do everything you do? That is so annoying to me. And I know some people love to try to say that imitation is the best form of flattery, but no, it's not. It's annoying to me. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be like me. Just be yourself. Everybody has their own unique qualities. Okay? Claudette said, I cannot. All right. Courtney J said, I saw that. Okay. And Tanya said, wow, yes, clearly hate. Yes, absolutely. That's what it was, beloved. Okay, so have you ever got a new outfit or a pair of shoes or went to a new place and your friend turned around and did the same thing that you did, okay, the very next day or just a few days later? Yeah, that's a hater. Okay, sometimes friends enjoy the same things and that's perfectly fine. But you must be cognizant that when they start to become jealous. Okay, if you recommend a new venue or restaurant to them and they go, then that's different. But if you just got a new shirt or something new and your friend got the same thing the next day and then they came to flaunt it in your face, then jealousy is embedded in that relationship. Now, and here's the thing. That's because some people that you think are your friends are just sitting on the sidelines and really they're in a whole silent competition with you. They're silently competing against you. So every little thing you do, they want to do it just to prove that they can. Okay. Nessa G said, I do too. 2 friends for 37 years. Okay. And so some people just want to sit there, and just try to compete against you. You don't even realize it. So it goes on to say, now this person says, I remember I had a friend who did this to me. I bought a designer handbag over Christmas break, and she knew nothing about designer brands. She asked me what the name of the bag was, and I told her. And no kidding, she got the same exact bag as me the very next day. It was crazy. Friends like that are not good for us. Remember that your haters want to be you. See, that's a sure sign of it. A real friend is so secure within themselves and embrace their individuality so much that they would not care to have the same thing that you have because they're so happy with themselves. You see, people who are not happy with themselves, yes, what they do is they sit around and try to mimic other people. They find other people that they can just try to copy and do everything that person does. And in fact, there was an episode I saw this posted on Instagram like a couple of months ago, I think, but it was about an episode of Love and Hip Hop where Carly Red bought a house right across the street from Spice. Now, her and Spice are supposed to be such good friends, but Spice bought a house and Carly goes and buys a house right across the street and didn't even tell her she was moving in the neighborhood. Now, to me, that's a hate. Because if you just like the neighborhood so much, how come you haven't already bought a house there? Surely that's not the first time you heard of it. And even if you did only hear of it after Spice bought a house there, why wouldn't you go to her and say, Spice, I like the neighborhood. There's nice houses. I think I might move in a house over there. But she didn't do any of that. She just went behind Spice's back, bought a house right across the street. Yeah, that would have gotten on my last nerve. Okay, Darnell said, I had a friend that used to try to talk to every girl I talked to. Clearly a hater, okay? Clearly a hater. All right, who does that? Okay, but see, that's the thing. Trying to talk to every girl that you talk to because clearly trying to compete against you. And that's what haters do. Real friends don't view you as competition. They don't view you as competition. They don't feel a need to ever try to outdo you. They don't try to feel a need to try to keep up with you and have everything that you have. They don't do it. And it's real crazy. I had to learn when I was younger to stop telling people my plans. Like if I was going to do something, I just keep to myself until I do it. Because some people who are haters, you tell them something you're planning on doing and they'll try to beat you to it. And then come up to you like it was their idea in the first place. I've had that happen. So yeah, honey, you have to be real careful. You have to be real careful. Now, jealousy and envy are negative feelings that no one wishes to experience. These feelings can grow worse in a relationship or a friendship. And if you have experienced any of these signs with a friend, then you may want to reconsider the friendship. A friendship is supposed to be positive and uplifting, and the person should help you to grow into a better version of yourself. If that person is doing the opposite, you may have a problem on your hands. Okay, know your worth. And when it comes to people, and never let anyone dull your shine, not even a fake friend. All right, and so very good points. Very good points. Now I'm going to show you all some videos. And here's the thing. What made me want to talk about this today was because, according to Jay, it sounds like Diddy and Tupac, okay? Yeah, it really does. When you think about it, Diddy was definitely hating on Tupac, trying to dress like him, dating every woman that he dated and all of that, and secretly hating on the sidelines. Absolutely. And Tupac figured it out. And that's why they fell out, too. Not to mention, he was trying to hit on Tupac with his little zesty self. But anyway, I digress. So here's the thing. I'm going to show you all some videos about people talking about haters and stuff that they've dealt with. And the reason I thought to talk about this today is because I was on TikTok last night, and there is this video that's going around. I keep seeing people doing the same video, but I can never find the original. So it's a video going around where people keep saying that there's a young woman who got a promotion at her job, and so her friends were supposed to take her out to celebrate. So when they get her out, they really tried to poison her, is what they say. So she got up to go to the restroom, and they supposedly put something in her drink. But luckily, a man who was sitting near them saw them put something in the drink. And so when the young woman came back from the restroom, he called her over and told her, whatever you do, don't drink that drink, because those girls put something in it. So she plays it off, goes and sits down, doesn't let them know that she knows anything about what's going on. And basically, they kept trying to get her to drink. So go ahead, drink your drink. We're trying to get lit, turn up, and all this. And the girl wouldn't drink it. And she tried to, in fact, get one of them to drink it, but they refused. So that's the story that's going around. And I was thinking, you got to be a serious hater. Okay, not just one of y'all, but 2 or 3 of y'all hating on this poor girl because she got a promotion. And then saying, why does all the good things always happen to you? And why do you always, get promotions and this and that? I mean, clearly sound like a whole bunch of haters. And so they all plotted on her and put something in her drink. Now, I don't know if that story is true or not, because like I said, I saw several people told the story, but none of them stitched the original video or did a duet. And I was thinking, how come nobody's duetting this video? Did somebody just make this story up? I don't know. But it's very plausible that it's true, because some people, that's just how they do when they hate. All right. So, yeah, Pamela said, I saw that. Sad. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to share some of these videos. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. All right. Let's get the likes up. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I've been seeing a post on Twitter, and it said, when did you realize that your supposed friend hated you? Ooh! I'll go first, baby, because this is for me. So I was homeless at the time, and I was living with my best friend and her family. So she had just got her own apartment. So I'm thinking I'm in there. I don't got to worry about her mom talking shit to me no more, because her mom literally used to talk shit to me every day. I used to go to work just to hand her mom my money. So I was broke. I didn't have nothing for myself. I was paying bills in a place where I slept on the floor. So all of that should have made sense, right? But I still loved my best friend. So once she got her own place, I'm thinking I can be over there instead of being at her mama house. She started having me over there. Cool. One day I came home from work. When I tell you, I was starving because I didn't have no money. I had to give her mom my last. I didn't have no money because I had to use the money for the bus to get to work. So, I didn't have nothing in my stomach. I think I worked a 10-hour shift that day. I actually walked into her house and she was cooking, her and her sister. So I'm like, oh, cool. Because I'm starving. I can literally hear my stomach. All of a sudden, they got done cooking and they dished out 2 plates for themselves, and then the food was gone. But I'm staring at them so you didn't make anything for me? This is my best friend. So I'm like, why do we have beef right now? I just got off of work. Nothing happened prior. Now all of a sudden you're treating me like I'm just not shit. She lived in a high rise. So they sat on the floor because she didn't have no furniture yet. She just moved in. So they sat on the floor, and I remember the meal that they had. They had steak bites and mashed potatoes, because, baby, she could fuck up some steak bites and mashed potatoes. So I remember that shit like I told you, I was hungry. So as they're eating their meal, I look in the door because you could literally see yourself, and they're eating laughing at me. They're literally sitting there taking a bite, and I never felt so stupid in my entire fucking life. I never felt so stupid. Like, just to know that your best friends would starve you when you didn't do a damn thing to them, that's when I realized some people just don't have your best interest. It doesn't matter if they're a friend, if they're a family member. Some people just don't have your best interest. And you have to realize that the minute they show you.
Oh, so clearly those weren't her friends at all, okay? And I would have moved very soon after that because that's not a friend at all, ever. Okay, but let's continue.
Let me tell you what's crazy. I had a friend just like this. When I say she moved in the same apartments I lived in, she wanted to drive the same car. I had to convince her to get the Acura and not another coupe. She wanted the exact same color. She would wear her hair like mine. She would date guys that look like the guys that I was dating. And when things did not work out for her, the way they were working out for me, because she was trying to do what I was doing, she would be so mad at me. She would be so angry, so flustered. This is why I don't like hanging with people who don't have a personality and have low self-esteem. Because when women have low self-esteem, they tend not to know who they are or what they really like or what they really want. And it shows up in every aspect of their life. They, like I said, they won't have a personality, and they just want to be what they see. And they want to be what they see works out for other people. And it just becomes a really big conflict of interest, and then they get mad with you. That same friend, she tried to see me in a car accident. Like, when I say I can go into a whole story time about this girl, and I let her back in my life 2 times. The 3rd time, I cut that hoe off and I never let her back in, because when she would get mad at me, she would say stuff to me like, what I really want to say to you, we not going to be friends after I say it. And I'm like, but you're trying to be me, so what is it that you want to say to me that's we not going to be friends? I said, bitch, you want my whole life. So I had to like check her and put her in her place. And I let her know, I was like, you're jealous. And in her mind, she could not register the fact that she was jealous. It was so odd. Like, it was so odd. So listen, when you come across these people that are remind you of people that you've already... I've come across people that I feel like are like her, and I don't fuck with them. I don't bother them. I stay away from them. You cannot be friends with people who don't have their own personality. You can't. You cannot be. You can't. You just can't do it.
Simply put, winners are not supposed to be hanging out with losers. Okay? That's just what it is. Winners are not supposed to be hanging out with losers. Like Cat Williams said, winners don't have any business letting losers win. Isn't that what he said? Okay, that was clearly not her friend. All right, absolutely not. But let's continue. And if you recognize any of these signs or any of the things that are being said about any of these people that are haters, and you recognize them as someone that's in your life that is supposed to be a friend of yours, you should really reconsider, all right, that friendship. That's all I'm saying.
The older I get, the easier it is for me to realize when somebody does not like me. I used to be so clueless and just not see when people were jealous of me, or not be able to see when people didn't like me. But let me tell y'all, for my other clueless girlies, here are 3 signs that that girl does not like you. She ain't your friend. She might be acting like your friend, but she's not. Number 1, every time you bring up something, whether it's a guy, whether it's clothes, whether it's what you got going on with your life or career, she's always trying to compare. You can't bring up nothing in your life without her trying to compare it to hers. You don't get a moment. It's going to be y'all's moment. Jealous. Number 2, this person has a hard time giving you compliments or praise. You will praise them. You will hype them up. You will, yes, girl, you will woo, 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 and scream for them when they get something accomplished. But when it's your turn around, it's a whisper. Congratulations, girls. Jealous. And lastly, y'all get along best when you're doing bad. When you're at your lowest points, mentally, physically, you may be going through a hard time with breakups, or you may be going through a hard time with school. That's when it seems like y'all relationship is the closest. But whenever you feel like you're doing good, or whenever things are looking up, or things are flourishing, or you in a healthy relationship, or you doing good, it's always friction, or it always feel weird. It only feels good in a relationship when you're doing bad. If these 3 signs apply, please get rid of that friend. This is your sign. Get rid of her. That girl is not your friend.
No lies detected. Like I said earlier, the people who don't have time to listen when you have good news, but always are willing to lend an ear when you have bad news. Yeah, haters. Okay, haters. But let's continue.
Be careful of the friends that get jealous whenever you tell them good news about yourself. And it's like, have you ever been like talking to somebody, or your homeboy or homegirl, whatever, and you tell them good news? Hey, bro, I just did this, and look at what I got, and you just sense a slight sense of anger or hatred from them, and it's like, wow, bro, like you not happy for me, you not supporting me, you not proud of me for doing this or achieving this. It's more so hate. It becomes envy because they're in competition with you. And it's like, it doesn't have to be like that. I feel like there's room for everyone to be successful, and overall, there's room to achieve what you want for everybody. Even when it comes to friends and family, like, why are we competing? Why can't we just work together? You feel me? Support each other. And that's something that we all need to work on, bro. Like, but there's room. There's room. There's no need for the hatred. There's no need for the enviness.
I absolutely agree. Some people can't help themselves. I just thank God that I was not born a hater, honey. That has to be a miserable life. That has to be a terrible existence, walking around with low self-esteem, not feeling sure of yourself, not feeling worthy, not having your own personality, so you have to try to imitate other people and try to dress like them, talk like them, act like them, walk like them, and do whatever they do, date who they're dating, steal their ideas. It has to suck. That's all I'm saying. It has to suck. Okay? Odd Negroes official said it happens with family too. Yes, it does. Absolutely. I have a cousin that I don't speak to this day because she's such a hater. Okay. Witty T said, Mom always said everyone is not your friend. This is absolutely true. Some people are just associates. Okay. You just know them. Don't think that they're your friend because you'll be in for a rude awakening.
So if a friend, someone you know, someone you're close with, starts exhibiting jealous, competitive, envious behavior, run. So I have dealt with this for most of my life, encountering these type of people, and it is one of the most exhausting, devastating things to deal with. And, I will say there are a lot of people who will say like, oh, she was jealous of me, or like hater, they're being a hater, or they think they have so many haters and everyone's jealous. And, they do this to boost their own ego. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you literally just feel something is off. You might not even like fully be able to put words to it, so you might ignore it, but just in your body, you feel something's not right when you're with this person. Because I'm telling you, 99% of the time, your intuition was always right. So a good way to test this is, if you're in person with someone, say something really positive that happens, or just like really go off about how amazing your day was, or something crazy that happens, and watch their reaction. So someone who is deep in the stages of, competitiveness or envy, it's going to be written all over their face. So I personally noticed this when I bought my house. I had invited a ton of people over, just all separately, different times to see it. I was so excited. It's a big deal. I'm in my 20s, so it's a huge accomplishment, and it wasn't like a small house either. And the difference between the people I felt supported me and those that were low-key, mad, jealous, was so obvious. So the people that I, felt were supportive and that I knew were happy for me were so excited. Like we were talking like decorating, like, oh my gosh, how are you going to decorate this? Or like I was telling them my vision for different rooms, and they were like, giving feedback, like really loving it, excited, happy for me. The people that I felt were kind of sus were either A, very quiet. So, one person I had showed them around, and it was like almost like every room they got quieter and quieter, just like, okay, nice. And I'm like, it occurred to me, I'm like, at that point, it's taking more energy for you to be quiet because you're clearly experiencing something emotionally, like it's written all over your face. It's taking more energy for you to silence yourself than it is to just say whatever it is you want to say. Another person was literally like talking over me the whole time and like flipping everything and making it about themselves. Like, oh, well, at my job, like this just happened and I just did this. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but it seems like I didn't say this, but I'm thinking like every time like I'm trying to give you the tour, like, you want to see it, you're flipping it about something that happens to you, making it about you. And I'm like, this is like one time I feel like should maybe be a little bit of my moment. And, those types of experiences, they just put a damper on your accomplishments. And, for a while around certain people, I would just not say like, things I was proud of or that I had accomplished because I didn't want it to come off as bragging, which is so dumb because if you think about it, like what are friends for? You should be able to share what you are doing happily and feel like you're going to be supported and others are going to be happy for you. Never has someone said something positive that happened to them and I took it as like an attack on myself, or I went into like defensive mode, or I started talking about what I have, blah blah blah. Like that's a sign they don't want the best for you. But I do want to say, we are all human. It's normal to experience a little bit of envy when, you see someone doing something you want or an experience that you want to have. That's normal. So don't let a temporary blip, really get in the way of that, but really go by how you feel around this person. Do I feel like I can authentically be myself, that they're going to be supportive? Do I feel like they're talking about me instead behind my back, or like they're trying to take my moment or downplay my achievements? Because those are things you just shouldn't tolerate. That is not fair, and you don't want to be around people like that.
All right, so there it is. You all know when people are hating on you, but some people don't want to realize it, don't want to, admit it. And so they'll just try to play it off and act like they don't really notice it. But you know when somebody's hating. All right. You know when somebody's hating. I don't have time for haters. I don't have time for haters, beloveds. That's what I don't have time for. All right. Hey, Missions Vision. All right. So you all know what time it is. It's time for the trivia. It's time for the trivia of it all. So let's get ready to get into it. No answers in the chat, please. Send your answers to the root of all evil 227 at gmail.com. Stacy says, I distanced myself because of respect and I didn't want to catch a case. Not catch a case. Not catch a case, beloved. Okay? I'm not catching any cases, so they can miss me with it. I'm just going to cut you off and be through with you after that. I'm just going to cut you off and be done. That's what I'm just going to do. You'll no longer exist. It'll be like you were a figment of my imagination. Okay, so with that all being said, time for the trivia. As I said, everyone, please get ready. Okay, you're going to have 30 seconds on the clock. I'm going to say the question. Once I say the question, then the clock starts. You have 30 seconds. Whoever gets the correct answer in the allotted amount of time first, well, that's the winner. Okay? Negroes Official said, I can't be supportive of people who are continually disrespectful. Exactly. All right. Stacey said, yes, Queen Amadaya. Okay, so now with that all being said, let's see here. Okay, and so let me get the first question. Now, mind you, these questions are coming from the previous broadcast from earlier this week. And so if you missed the broadcast, you may not know the answers, but still feel free to guess. You never know. And the questions aren't that hard. So, they're really not hard at all, to be honest. Let's get into it. Now, moderators, make sure there's no answers in the chat. And also, please drop the link to the email where they need to send the answers. Okay, do I have any moderators in here? Is there any moderators in here today? Let me see here. Whew, looks like I'm on my own, honey. I didn't have a moderator the first. Desmond was in here. Did he leave? Desmond's at work, so he might not be in right now. Okay, so let me just put the email. Oh, thank you, Desmond. There you go. Thank you, beloved. Now, there is the email. The root of all evil 227 at gmail.com is where your answer should be sent. Okay, now we're going to get started. The first question. And like I said, these are from the earlier broadcast this week. First question is, when I discussed manifesting, and I said when you're trying to manifest things, you should speak these things as if they what? As if they what? Blank. 30 seconds. When I told you about manifesting, I said when you're talking about something you specifically trying to manifest, you should speak it as if it's what? Y'all should know this is all easy. 15 seconds on the clock. That's right, no answers in the chat. 8 seconds. Let me see what y'all got. Nobody has anything. Time is up. Now this was an easy question. If y'all already getting off to a rocky start. Let me see here. Nobody got the answer. You didn't tell me nobody got the answer. First of all, I said you should speak it as if it's already happened, or speak it in present tense, not using words like I want, I try, I hope, I wish. Not using those words. You should speak it as if it's already happened. Like I gave you an example. I have lots of money. Money comes to me freely. You're speaking it into existence. You're not saying I want more money, I need more money, I wish I had more. You're not saying any of those things. That's what I told you guys. So as far as that's concerned, if you're wondering why you haven't been manifesting anything, that's why, because you're not paying attention. Okay, please pay attention. All right, please pay attention. Now let's move right along to the next question, because nobody got that one. Nobody. I'm laughing at what somebody sent me. Okay, so here's the next question. All right, you have 30 seconds again. And the next question is, I talked to you all about, how do I want to say this? This is going to be easy. Okay, I'm going to make it simple. I talked to you all about something that you do when you're trying to manifest, and I told you, you write down your desires, and then you say them morning, noon, and night. What method is this called? All right, clock starts, 30 seconds. I told you to write down the desires that you want to manifest. You write them down, and then you say them. And what method is that called? What method is that called? You write them down, and you say them morning, noon, and night. All right, y'all got 13 seconds left. Our Negroes official said I wrote that, but wrote it to the wrong email. Sorry to hear it, beloved. That's why you got to pay attention. Okay, time is up. Let me see what you all got. Patsy McKelvey's the winner. All right, Patsy, shout out to you. Let me go ahead and send Patsy her ebook. Congratulations, your book's on the way. It's on the way. Hold on just a second. Hold on, I'm getting it ready for the next winner, if there is one. All right. Okay, so let's get into it. Here's the next question. All right. Hey, Gina. You're welcome, beloved. Okay, so the next question. When I talked about arguing and things that you can say so that the argument doesn't turn, any worse, it doesn't escalate. What did I say should be the goal of any arguments? Not to win or to lose, but what did I say the goal of an argument should be? So that you come to a better blank. I'm giving y'all hints. All right, clock's ticking. You got 20 seconds left. What should be the goal of any argument? You're trying to get a better what? It's not about winning or losing. At least it shouldn't be. 8 seconds. 3 seconds. Time is up. Okay, so nobody got that one. That one was easy too. Oh, Alice got it. Alice said understanding. That's it, Alice. All right. Congratulations. Your ebook's on the way. That's right. The answer was understanding. When you're arguing with somebody, you should be trying to get a better understanding. Okay? Not trying to win or lose. All right. So, last and final question. When I talked about women who try to hide their unhappiness, I said that they always have a need for blank. What did I say that they always have a need for? Women who hide their unhappiness. All right? 30 seconds on the clock. What did I say that they always have a need for? Nine seconds. Time is up. Let me see what you all have. Let me see what y'all have going on here. Nobody got that one. They always have a need for control. Okay, whether it's their relationship, their job, how the kids are going to be taken care of and raised. It's always about control for them. T Hall said, what email are we supposed to be sending it to? I sent that as well. The roots of all evil, 227@gmail.com. The moderators put it in the chat, beloved. It's the root of all evil, 227@gmail.com. Anytime we're playing trivia, that's always the email, okay? So for those of you, for next time, that's where you send it to. So with that all being said, congratulations to the winners. Congratulations to the winners. We had 2 winners today. I asked 4 questions, so 2 out of 4 is not bad. All right. Hope you all enjoyed that. We'll be doing it again next Friday. All right. So with that all been said, everyone please like and share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're interested in purchasing a membership, please check that out. Memberships start at $2.99 all the way up to $49.99. And with each different membership level, you get different perks. Okay. So I hope you all enjoy your strong end, not your weekend, leaving you in a weakened state of mind. All right. Anyone have anything else to say before I roll out? Any questions, comments, or snide remarks? That's it. Okay, so I bid you all adieu. Everyone enjoy the rest of this day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your life.